What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe.
Pa Kent and his otherworldly wisdom. Big brain 4D chess underwater blindfolded wisdom tells his son that maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay to let innocents die. If you have the power, the will, and the skill to do something, even if it benefits others to no harm, don't do it because you're scared. Because you're afraid that people will be afraid? That's realistic? How about teaching your son to be himself and being confident in his skills to help others? I don't know. Maybe that's something. I don't know.
I certainly found myself pondering what it would be like to be Superman, which I've never done any superhero movie before.
And that's really what it was all about for me. Was I wanted to go like, what would I want the audience to think, gosh, what would I do if I was Superman? And then have him do something and go, yeah, that's right. That's what I get that. That's how I feel, rather than, oh, I'm just some god floating above you and telling you, maybe I'll help you, maybe I won't.
Man of Steel is a really bad movie. Oh, shocker, that goes without saying. Most people remember it as a mid-movie with a really drawn-out, overt ending action scene with equally long, boring, and overt messages about whatever the hell the movie was trying to convey to the audience. The worst scene, though, probably has to be the words of, wisdom that Pa Kent gave to little Clark in the ever-so-painfully contrived finale fight between Zod and Superman. The former, of course, is mocked, rightfully so, for having Mr. Kent here imply that letting a bus full of drowning children die is somehow a rational or even moral choice. The film would like to have the audience believe it's because it's setting up for Clark to make his own choice about whether to stand tall in front of humanity or not. People of the brain leakage community, of course, who else, would make it seem like this is the most realistic and honest depiction of the Kents and their wisdom. Yes, these fools think that showering a child with love while also teaching them the responsibility of carrying power comes with the obligation to use it for good is being unrealistic. Or that parents that would not try to saddle their child with the weight of the world are being unrealistic, as if teaching someone one good deed could mean the world to someone is stupid, and the message taught by performing one good deed at a time reveals the value of every life, with each one being precious and fleeting. Oh, sorry, I was describing Superman for a moment there. Let's get back to whoever the fuck this guy is supposed to be.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to Are We Alone in the Universe?
I don't want to be.
And I don't blame you, son. It'd be a huge burden for anyone to bear. But you're not just anyone, Clark, and I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason.
Ooh, wow, hold on there, buddy. That doesn't sound like you're giving your son a choice to be anyone he chooses to be. The choice is out of his hands to be the answer. He can't just blend in and be anyone according to his pops. He's got no choice. Let's see how he proceeds with this super straightforward logic. Does he, A, teach his son the importance of bearing a symbol, or B, does he immediately contradict himself? Oh, let me guess. The answer rhymes with being a dumbass.
One day you're going to think of them as a blessing, and when that day comes, you're going to have to make a choice of whether to stand proud in front of the human race or not.
Fantastic, magical, even. Ah, yes, the first reference to a comic book has been made, and it's quite a doozy. Defenders of this hot, steaming pile of shit are saying this is ripped straight from the comics, as if that means it's good or not. Personally, it has never been a good excuse because stupid things can happen in a comic book. These stories can be flawed and terrible as well. Another shocker, using your brain to determine quality strikes again. And secondly, the panel in question. Now listen to me, Clark. This great strength of yours, you've got to hide it from people or they'll be scared of you. But when the proper time comes, you must use it to assist humanity. So, the proper time to assist isn't when innocent children and their bus driver are drowning? Are you guys okay? Some of the many excuses for this is that his father was so afraid that his indestructible son would be harmed by being placed under a microscope in some government lab, that not saving the kids would have possibly benefited them as to not draw attention too early, that letting the children die would potentially assist Clark in saving the world, allowing him to come out when he was ready. This being some of the dumbest coping I've ever heard. And I have to applaud the people thinking that the grievance with this advice he gives his son is seen as an affirmative. Holy shit, we know he didn't say yes. That's not the issue. I pray to whatever gods are out there that I don't become this stupid when watching something as trivial as a superhero film and discussing it. The problem is the foundation for his morality compass being so screwed he couldn't even figure it out as an adult. Jesus Christ. Now, apparently the reasoning is to protect his own child and the lives of everyone in the future he will go on to save, including the whole planet on multiple occasions. And again, maybe it's not a yes. Oh, so the lives of children aren't worth saving if Clark risks being exposed too early. That's so much better. Is the sarcasm coming through? If Clark gets exposed as an alien and that causes a worldwide destabilization and wars that will cost the lives of millions, who bears responsibility?
Shut up.
I would like to stop before we finish this little segment. First of all, why the fuck would it cause a worldwide destabilization? How far deep into your ass did you have to reach to pull that out? And he doubles down on the stupid. He says it will cause wars that will cost the lives of millions. Where did you get that? Why would it be that way? Who would fight in these wars? What would be the sides? What the fuck would they be fighting over?
So he's an idiot.
Yes, and why? In this stupid fucking negative brain scenario that you pulled out of your ass, would his father be responsible for that? Please, you're making the average Snyder fans look very bad. Oh, and we haven't even gotten to the worst of them. But you want to know what rustles my jimmies about this whole ordeal? What's the kicker about this nonsense? Some people are lost enough to attribute this to people just simply liking the MCU. It's gotta be the MCU fanboys making up reviews that falsely misinterpret the masterpiece that is insert Snyder movie. Can it not just be that some people dislike both and still point out the flaws?
I can't let you get close.
Can it be that he likes Snyder's style but still recognizes the flaws in a script and plot? Can it be that he hates the MCU's world building but also sees that the DCU isn't better by any stretch? No, only bad faith conspiracy theories exist here.
I can't control the beast inside.
Man of Steel is the best Superman movie, and I will fight anyone who doesn't think so.
Fuck off. And even worse, in the dreaded MCU, we have lessons like this for the universe's most iconic heroes in spades. For Spider-Man, the aftermath of using his responsibility irresponsibly is shunned, frowned upon, it's met in shock and disapproval, and he must learn from it.
You? Who called a drone strike on your own school tour bus?
What if somebody had died tonight? Different story, right? Because that's on you. And if you died, I feel like that's on me.
You got gifts, Parker, but you got to decide whether you're going to step up or not.
He's got powers, and he was raised to do something special, something good for others.
Strange. We can't send them back. Not yet.
Why?
Oh, some of these guys are gonna die.
It's their fate.
Come on, Strange, have a heart.
I'm sorry, sir, but
I have to try.
He actively cares for the little ones, and he's Peter Parker above all else. Even so, he chooses to sacrifice it. He doesn't allow himself to stray from this path, and when he falters, he has a group of people to help him back up.
Are they all like this?
No, ma'am, this isn't my problem.
Peter, not your problem.
Help is way better back where they came from.
Around you. This is what we do.
Superman, on the other hand, is seen as a savior.
He saved us.
Yes, he has his detractors in BVS, but he's been given the rundown of hardships of just how vast and effective his powers are. He himself has grown up mastering them.
Hey, leave her alone, man. Gonna have to ask you to leave.
What would I do if I was Superman?
Yeah, asshole, don't forget your tip.
But he still decides that in a fit of rage, smashing someone's car and destroying their way of living as retaliation is somehow an appropriate response.
What would I do if I was Superman?
Clark, you have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
And no, not because he's a Boy Scout or that he cares about human lives or any of that. It's because he's chosen to stay hidden until the right time comes. Right, guys? Yes, this defense has aged like milk. He, in his infinite wisdom, condemns the Kryptonian race because of the actions of Zod and his crew, because of course the lives of normal, everyday Kryptonians were not enough to get him to think logically about it. Maybe they aren't evil or anything. Maybe they didn't deserve to die. Maybe basing the actions of super criminals are enough to judge an entire species of a civilization. Did they take the time to explore this? No! Meanwhile, you have the Giga Chad Peter Parker choosing to save supervillains because of their disabilities, seeing that it wasn't necessarily all of their faults, that their ambitions turned against them. He sees they're broken, traumatized, misled human beings, and he chooses to help because he has the power to, so he feels responsibility for what happens to them. In Zack Snyder's case, Superman chooses to down a Kryptonian ship in the middle of a packed metropolitan area reacting to a crisis. But guys, it's his first day! But guys, Kryptonians want to kill the humans! But guys, it's its vision! Goodness, Snyder's vision, restore the Snyderverse! His vision sucks. Go watch Christopher Reeve's movie. Go watch The Iron Giant. Go watch some of the animated movies. Because holy shit, almost each and every one of those adaptations, interpretations, and visions of the Man of Steel top out this one. And it's not even close. But remember, you're just a hater if you think otherwise. If you have any criticisms, you're just an MCU stan. A brainless idiot. According to them, you do not possess media literacy if you cannot understand these big brain, just groundbreaking films. Yes, the film that had a trilogy of films that ended in a CGI spectacle between Superman and evil Superman. Twice! And a 4-hour cut of a movie that was pretty bad, and ended up being just as terrible, if not more. Yeah, fight me on that one.